today's episode of Astral FM is Solo Leveling. This manwa from Korea is actually based on a light novel of which the same name.
Are you recording?
It follows. Yeah.
Oh. All right. From the top.
An astral beast. Got me all excited. Thought I was gonna get to see a ghost. Astral beast, come to me!
Edward Elric, State Alchemist at Large!
Astral beast, where are you?
Nothing less from the commander of the Hawks Raiders.
So, which one of you is Goku?
This is it!
A testicle devil appeared and went apeshit on his nutsack, ma'am.
He's lying. He made that entire thing up. Arise.
I do have a couple of updates. We are officially on basically everything that you can listen to a podcast on. We are on Apple Podcast, Spotify. We have video versions on YouTube. We are on Podbean itself, is a podcast app. We are on Amazon Music /Audible, which I didn't realize was the same thing. We are on iHeartRadio, Player FM, Listen Notes, Podchaser, Boomplay.
We're on freaking Los Santos Radio, dog.
We're on Flylow FM.
We're not on Flylow FM, but if we were on we'd be in there. Blonded Radio, dog.
Yeah, we're trying a new way to record. Hopefully the video looks better. I think it will.
Yeah.
Also, AJ is going to be editing the next 2 episodes coming out because I'm having surgery in 2 days. I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to finally have my nerf off on life.
He's
I'm
not
been
nerfed
at
anymore.
50%.
They're buffing him.
Yeah.
The patch update, they're buffing.
Ooh,
Brian,
I can't wait for this patch update.
It's like one of those things where it's like an like buffing a different character, like some side character gets nerfed just automatically. So they're nerfing comprehension skills from like the entire fan base of Bleach. Sadly, in the patch update. So
what does that mean?
I don't know. It was part of it. It was in the patch.
What
notes.
does that even mean?
I didn't read the breakdown. I just read the patch note. That's what they said.
All right, we'll see how that plays into the meta.
The meta's
the meta's gonna be changing drastically because
it's a 4 tank meta. Honestly, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, Bleach is fucking awesome though. You gotta get you back into it. I
didn't say Bleach is bad. I said that the fans are getting nerfed. That's all I said.
All right, we probably need the nerf. We've been unbalanced for far too long. Also, we're on TikTok and Instagram. It's Astral FM Pod, I think, is our handle.
Yeah, Astral FM Pod.
Or it's Astral.fm. Which, never mind. I'm not gonna say it because this is a recording. I'll tell you later. It's nothing mysterious. I just want to get, when we have our website made, I just want it to be, and if I say it on the recording, people are going to be like, I'm getting that .com, where you at, $1.99, I'm getting that domain, fuck these kids.
I'm going to bleep it.
I also wanted to say, this is episode 3 of Astral FM, and we never really went over like what this is, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's important to do for sure.
So we're brothers.
Yeah.
Fully biologically.
Mm-hmm.
He got the good hair, like Becky.
I feel like you literally did though. Like I think in the terms of Becky.
I don't know.
I think you did. But we're brothers by chance, friends by choice, as the Pillows would say.
That's pretty sweet.
Or, it's like one of those home decorum things, like in a white box with like
live,
cursive,
laugh, love,
sure.
Choose.
Yeah, choose. And basically, my entire childhood was just like him showing me things that were cool, and I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
And I feel like as adults, you've been showing me things.
Yeah, and
you've
then
been
like
getting me back.
And then you're like, buddy, you don't even know.
Let me tell you
Look
something.
at this. Look look at this.
Let me
I'm
tell
like,
you something.
when did this come out? You're like, it's been out.
It's not even out yet.
Or not out.
And yeah, we're just gonna be covering basically everything. So like a lot of podcasts like a lot of podcasts are pretty strictly video games, or they're pretty strictly music, or they're pretty strictly whatever. And that might be bad for us algorithmically. I don't know if that's a word.
Yeah.
But fuck it.
I think
Fuck
by
the
power
algorithm.
by the power of friendship, it'll work out.
Yeah. So we're
Yeah.
gonna cover anime, manga, video games,
Music.
music, movies, TV shows, movies,
Yeah. Movies.
and maybe a movie.
Probably movies not. But yeah, so today we are going to be talking about a very special piece of media. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I love this. I love this thing so much. I really do. It's not super deep in terms of lore, but is it like the coolest thing I've ever experienced in my entire life?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It is just cool. And I'll get into it later, but we're talking about solo leveling.
Yeah,
And it's the
buddy.
coolest thing I've ever experienced. As like reading it, I'm like, he's just a cool guy.
Yeah,
He's
and
just a cool guy.
I feel like with what's the word I'm trying to think of? I feel like anime for the past like 10 years has been kind of predictable. There's been kind of a formulaic way of some of these isekai type animes. And this isn't an isekai, but it kind of has like a similar vibe. I'd say like Sword Art Online is pretty close to Solo Leveling.
Yeah.
It's probably like the closest thing, but even Sword Art Online is like the stakes aren't. I mean, they're real because you die in the game, you die in real life, but like Solo Leveling is like the same principles, same premise of Sword Art, but it's like in real life.
Yeah, I like how the stakes are raised to an extreme that is like immeasurable at a certain point. Like it's like
beyond time and space.
yeah, it's like oh yeah, no, like beginning of the story, like oh yeah, he just wants to save his mom.
Yeah, that
then
is
it's
like
like-
the most minor. That's like the first fucking 30 chapters of
Yeah,
the
and then he
200
just-
chapters.
Yeah, and then after that, it's like yeah, no, basically like you're single-handedly holding the fabric of the
Yeah.
universe together. He's like, peace, yeah, bet, I
He's
got
like,
you,
yeah,
no
no,
problem.
yeah,
And then
Anything
yeah,
else?
what else do you need?
yeah.
Come on, man.
When I
You know who
read
I
it,
am?
yeah, right. When I read it, and he like cured his mom, and I saw him on chapter like 37, I'm like, what?
What's
Yeah, like what's next? Yeah, how?
So okay, and also like for me it was like he had 6 of those vials. Like he did it, and they're like, oh yeah, he got 6 of these, and I was like, I mean, he only needs like 1.
He only needed
You know
the
what I mean?
one, right? That was the
Yeah,
whole.
like
That was the whole
and he's like-
show, right? That was
yeah,
the whole.
like that's it. You only need
book.
1, and then like they're like, yeah, here's 6 of them, and also like most of the ingredients are still here. Like you can still
You
like,
could
if
make
go
it more
get-
if you
like,
wanted.
you could
to.
make more if you wanted.
You already cleared out the whole,
Yeah, like you just did it with
Farm.
this everything. So like I don't know, man.
Ooh, I just fucking adjusted my microphone. Good luck on editing that.
Okay, buddy. All right.
So let me just start off on my little chunk of notes here. Solo Leveling is a Korean web novel written by Chugong starting July 25th, 2016, with the webtoon manwa first serialized March 4th, 2018, illustrated by Dubu. The anime premiered in January 2024, instantly becoming... Okay, I have this note. I was saying it's probably my favorite anime from last year, and it is a pretty tight call between Solo Leveling, Frieren, Dungeon Meshi. What else came out last year? There was something else that I liked a lot.
Solo Leveling came out like right after the end of season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen, right?
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. So the Shibuya incident.
Yeah. So it was like
I feel like I kind of slept on Solo Leveling because Solo Leveling came out, like you said, during the Shibuya incident, and then I got super sucked into reading Jujutsu Kaisen, and I had Solo Leveling on my list of manga to read between Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, Kaiju number 8. I read another one I can't remember right now, but I just kept putting Solo Leveling off, And once I got caught up on all the things I wanted to catch up on, I've read through Solo Leveling in like 200 chapters in like
In
2
like 3
days.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I did the same thing. I did the same exact thing.
And then
It
really
took me no time at all.
a really
like, oh.
cool thing about it is it uses its like medium really well because it's not a paper book. It can do things like there are some like attack panels where it'll just like keep scrolling, and that's like an example of how it utilizes it not being on paper in a really cool way.
My favorite when they do that is when the whole thing turns black.
Yeah,
and it's like it's just like and then like they'll have the dialogue in those black things, and then it's like I don't know. I think that's my favorite just to show how like dark
when
how dark it is at the time. Like,
yeah,
it's just really cool.
That's what I was gonna say. Is when he like when he goes to that dungeon and he fights, he gets like I'm trying to think on how to say this. He goes to the dungeon. Oh, and he has those prisoners. I get it mixed up with the arc right before that. But he goes to the dungeon with the prisoners, and then there's that guy, the B rank assassin, Kang. When he beats Kang, the way it like scrolls through, because he asks Kang like, how strong do you think I can get? And Kang's like, you'll get as strong as the darkness is deep, and then the page just scrolls through like a gradient of darkness. It's fucking sick.
Yeah. And he just does cool things so many times, bro. Like,
yeah.
That's the thing is, so there's been a lot of conversations about Solo Leveling story and its plot and like if it's actually good and all these things, right? And I don't care.
Yeah, shut up, nerds.
I don't
give a shit about the story of Solo Leveling. It's fucking awesome.
Then, the story's not even bad. It's not like it's not bad at all. It's good. Like it's fine. It's not like I love One Piece. One Piece is my favorite thing ever. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, Solo Leveling is as lore dense and deep as One Piece, or even like Jujutsu Kaisen in terms of like how fleshed out most of that story was. And that doesn't. But there's not plot holes. I'm not sitting here being like, well, why did this happen? And there's specific points that were just animated, but the community has been like annoying about when it comes to.
I know what you're talking about.
Why didn't he show up to like? Why wasn't he there earlier? To
I
fight
do
Miru?
feel like if you read it, things like that make way more sense.
Yeah, and even watching it, it's like do you know what happened? Like I don't know. Like you read it, you saw that his mom
Yeah.
It goes like this thing happened, and because this thing happened, he doesn't want to let his mom know what he does.
Yeah.
And that's impossible if he goes to
more like
island.
The extent of what he can do.
Yeah.
Like she knows he's a hunter, but like not that he's like the best hunter in Korea. Yeah.
Not even just like the best like an S rank. They don't even know that. And like if he goes there, it will be recorded and put on TV, and his mom will see him in a dungeon. And the last time she like thought about like a really tough dungeon, her husband was gone forever and never came back.
Yeah, I don't even know if she sees him.
No, she doesn't. It's really sad actually. Spoiler alert.
I mean, this podcast is pretty much, if you're listening to this,
it's pretty spoiler dense.
We're gonna ruin it for you, but we're really not because it's just that good.
It took me just read it in 3 days.
Just read it in 3 days. It came out in 2016. Shut the fuck up. That's almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Read.
Read. Come on, guys, read. But there was there's like his dad comes back as like the light apostle thing, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. And one of the monarchs takes him out. I think it's the dragon monarch takes him out.
Oh, was he even there yet? I don't think the dragon one was even there yet.
Was it the dragon or was it the other?
Because there was the bug one.
It wasn't the hard.
The beast one. There was like 5 of them there. I don't think the dragon. Because the whole point was the dragon one was coming.
The Beast Monarch, dude, that is the funniest interaction the entire series.
He does the
He's
JoJo move.
He's like, no,
He'd run away.
No, it was what was it, the ice elf? What's his? Is it the Monarch of
Frost?
I forgot what it was. Frost.
It's
Monarch?
that easy. Like with solo leveling, it's really not that.
The Frost Monarch was like, dude, we gotta wait. We can fight him. We can win. He's like, no, we can't.
Yeah.
What do you mean we? I told you I'm here until that guy shows up, and he showed up. I'm gone.
Yeah. Before we keep going on to this endgame stuff, let me just get back to solo leveling follows Sung Jin Woo, who's known as the weakest hunter in the world. Let's just start from the top. He's known as the weakest hunter in the world, who after possibly dying in an E-rank double dungeon, which at the beginning introduces this character, Ju Hee, who's a B-rank healer. And she's always, it's like said that she's gone on like a lot of raids with Jinwoo. And it kind of, it makes you think she's going to be like a support character in the show. But like after this, she fights like one more thing and then she's like, nah, I'm done. This shit is fucked up. I'm quitting. I'm never doing this again.
Honestly, real too. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's real. That's really real of her. Like, the insanity. What happens in the double dungeon is so valid to never want to do that shit again.
So basically, they go through this dungeon and there's like regular goblins and like regular bullshit, and they clear the dungeon, and then there's a big gate. There's like 10 people in this raid party.
Yeah.
They get to the end of the dungeon, there's a big gate, and they're like, they put it up to a vote on if they should go into it or not. And they do. Inside that room is like a bunch of statues of like knights and gods, and there's like musician statues, and it's just a big trial.
Yeah. I think Jin Woo was the last vote.
Oh, was he?
To get in. Yeah.
Well, they go in there, and then I can't remember exactly what the trials are at first, but basically they have to run to all the statues with instruments or else they get stomped on, and it's so brutal immediately. This is like episode 1 of the anime, and it's very intense.
Yeah.
And then
they get rocked.
The end of the trials is like a big circle in the middle of the room, and there's like flames circling around it. And I don't even know if this is the solution to this puzzle, but they have to like stand on the circle and face opposite directions, keep their eyes on all the statues, and people leave. They run through the door as it
they're
opens.
Supposed to just stay. So like it's supposed to be like a moment of faith in like, the whole thing is like this whole God thing, right? It's like this is a God. You're praising this God. And so the final trial is you stay in this circle with the torches are all lit.
They're like lighting up.
Yeah, you're supposed to have faith that if you all do what you're supposed to do and stay in the circle and watch the statues, like they'll let you leave.
Yeah.
That's what's supposed to happen.
But I don't know if that even is true, though.
That doesn't even get close.
They don't even say, like, people get out, but I don't even know if that's the actual solution, because I feel like once it filled up, they would have just fucking killed all of them anyway. But I don't know.
Yeah, and it was like if the doors closed, if people left.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
and so like they all started running out, and then it was like.
But Jinwoo had already lost his arm and his leg, so he told the remaining like 3 people to just go and leave him. So everyone but him leaves, and then when he's about to die, he wakes up in the hospital. He's being interrogated by the Hunter Association. Not really interrogated, they're just kind of seeing what's up, because all the survivors told them there were these statues and these trials, and when they went to that double dungeon, none of that was there. It was just Jinwoo on like a stone circle table. They just found his body there. And they're like, so what happened? You're the last survivor of this. And he's like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. And they so they
like, you're healed.
Yeah. They retest him to see if he has reawakened, because this is something that I guess has happened before where people have survived a double dungeon and have left with a changed rank. They test his mana, and he has a mana of 10, and a regular E rank hunter is supposed to have a mana of 70.
Yeah. He
And-
barely counts as a hunter.
Yeah. So then they
Yeah.
kind of leave the room, and when he's alone, he's like, I guess they never noticed this pause menu in front of my face. Sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted to get through that little chunk.
I guess they never noticed this freaking giant pause menu.
Yeah.
It says, welcome to the game, buddy.
Welcome to the
You're in
game,
for a long ride.
dumbass. You thought it was bad
It was,
before. It's about to get
what is
crazy.
You want to play the game?
Yeah. So
Yeah, anyway.
on that pause menu is his first daily quest, which is kind of like Saitama training, where it's like he has to do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups. He has to run like 10 kilometers, and it's his daily missions.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just woke up in the hospital. I don't even know if I can do this shit right now. But he does it.
No, he doesn't do it.
He tries to do it. He doesn't finish it, though. I think he like doesn't
Yeah.
run the 10 kilometers, and then he gets transported into like a big-ass sand desert with
This
these
desert, these fucking worms.
giant centipedes that chase him for 4 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, and so then he completes the task of staying alive for 8 hours in the sandworm dungeon.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how he did that still. Like,
I don't know how he did that.
Like, that's crazy. That was insane.
But that's
feat for
part
him
of why
early
he's
on.
like the chosen one, because he's like been faced with death so many times and just keeps
Yeah.
living.
Just keeps
Just
like,
keeps going.
Just keep going.
Uh
Also, I think that like the brutality that happens to him in the double dungeon is something that I was not expecting in solo. I went to solo leveling completely blind. I had no idea what the hell it was about. I just saw the statue guy, like the smiling statue guy in a like a TikTok or something like that. And I was like, okay, I'll watch this show, bro. The things that they did to Sun Jin Woo in that double dungeon, because it lasted so long. Like they showed everything. They were like, yeah, he's getting ripped in half.
It's a long episode.
I'm like, in like 10 minutes of the episode is him like getting beat.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Like it's like a regular 20-minute episode, but it feels like way longer as an introduction.
And then they were like, yeah, and then they just in the hospital. I was like, oh, it's one of those things. It never happened, huh? It never happened.
Yeah.
No, it happened. That did happen.
The last thing on my first chunk of notes about that is, in this world, basically, you don't get any better from training. You just are what you are. Like, whatever placement you get, your rank between E through S, that's just what you are. But they say even, like, an E rank hunter is kind of like a peak human. Like, an E rank hunter would be stronger than, like, the strongest normal human.
Regular guy.
Yeah.
Like a non-awakened human.
But Jin Woo's only 10, so he's not even...
Yeah, he's barely even. Like
he's like the lowest E rank, yeah.
And he was what was it? It was like his like close quarters combat with 10 mana.
Yeah.
So like he just like was like slightly stronger than like a regular guy.
Yeah.
So like, but so yeah, then after all that nonsense that goes about the double dungeon, gets his pause menu, does his first training thing, and from then on, he just becomes a Chad.
Yeah. So after his first daily quest, he is in the hospital for like a few more days, and he's just grinding out these dailies, and he's like getting a little taller and a little more ripped, and one of the nurses is like tries flirting with him, but he's such a fucking Sigma
right
that
now?
he's just
Oh,
like,
he's a Sigma
I
man?
don't talk to women. I'm just trying to get strong as fuck.
I'm trying to get strong. I'm just fucking. I'm in the gym.
Yeah.
Dog.
Don't
You're
talk to
drinking
me.
1 million beers. I'm out here grinding.
Why would you want my phone number?
Come on. Hey, do you want to go gym? Do you want to go to supermarket, get beer, and talk to a girl? No, brother. We go to gym.
No. Yeah.
Have you seen those videos I'm talking about?
No, I haven't. You have to show me.
Okay, well that makes it so much funnier to me now. 'Cause That was a meme for a long time.
Oh, I'm just like rolling with it. I'm like, yeah, hell
Do
yeah.
you want to go to beer? And I'm just joking. I would never go to supermarket and get million beer and talk to girl. It's just Jim and Mew, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's grinding out these dailies. He gets out of the hospital. He goes to, it's like a subway, and he goes to his first little solo dungeon. I think it's an instance dungeon, which is kind of like specifically for him to go to.
Yeah, it's the class dungeon, right?
No,
the first one's with the wolves.
Yeah, he goes into the wolves with the
Yeah.
Raycon everyday earbuds.
Yeah.
Because they're,
It's
the wolves
sponsored
are,
by...
that's what they're called. They're called Raycons.
He goes in there blasting his JBL speaker, listening to 1738 by Fetty Wap, and fights the evil Raycon speakers made by Ray J.
Yeah,
obviously.
baby.
And that's like the training, dungeon.
Just
honestly, like they
Muffled in the
fights
background.
a million wolves. Yeah. Yeah, it's like when you join. It's like when you're playing like any game and you hear someone listening to music in the background. Like that's,
I love
and they're like amazing.
I think the Fetty Wap on the JBL meme is so funny because when he goes to Jeju Island, have you seen that TikTok when they're all looking around and it's just in the background? And he's just there. It's so funny.
Here you go, yeah. But so yeah, he's in the little training area. He's vibing. He's killing these dogs.
Killing them Raycons.
R.I.P. the dogs.
Yeah.
And just grinding levels out. I think he gets like level 10 or 11.
He gets 15.
15. And then after that's the first boss fight he has.
So the first
also,
boss,
he puts all his strength. It's just all he does is put it into strength.
yeah,
right?
he puts all his stats into strength. I didn't write
so real.
the name of the first boss, and I should have, but it's a giant blue snake.
Yeah.
And when he beats it like he gets fucked up in this fight, and he loses. When he first got into the dungeon, he has an inventory screen, and he has the guy who was the leader of the raid before sword in his inventory, which is like a shit ass sword. Actually, it's like a E rank sword.
Piece of shit.
It breaks while he's fighting the snake, and because he put all his stats into strength, he like crushes the snake in his bare hands.
Because the snake's scales were too strong to like cut.
Oh yeah, I think he broke the sword on it.
He's like, okay, so I can't do this. I have to just crush it.
Yeah.
With my amazing grip strength.
So when he beats it, he gets a dagger from it, which is made from one of its fangs. I think it's called a Kasika.
Yeah,
I think it's called a Kasika fang because I think it's like a Kasika dagger. I might be wrong, but he uses this dagger for like a long time. I think it's like a B rank dagger.
Yeah, he has that one because he goes to like way later. He tries to sell it. Or he asks how much it'd be worth, and like this is like $8 billion.
Yeah,
he's like,
this is shit ass sword.
Shit.
Yeah,
this is a piece of shit.
And he's the only one who can actually like see the like ranking of like items. Like everything that's in the normal human store is just kind of like appraised by people who don't have his like abilities. Oh, also he has the ability. He has like a store where he's earning experience points in gold. He can just like buy items, and anything in his store is like better than the normal world store.
He was like, "No, this is worth $6 billion. I bought this for like $50 in my store."
Yeah,
that's what it was. He gives him a dagger, and it's not the snake one. It's just a different dagger. He's like, I bought this for $30 on my store. This is nothing.
I have like one more little chunk of note here. And it's like, so in the beginning of the show, Jinwoo keeps a low profile because he's hesitant to show how strong he is, so he doesn't really want to bring attention to himself. This is kind of jumping ahead a little bit, but once he is officially an S rank, when he gets retested, he's just like, I am the strongest person ever, and everyone's just like, yeah, okay, yeah,
he gets retested, and they're like, "Can you show us what you can do?" And he puts out like one guy.
yeah.
Or does he put out a guy? Or he does something like.
No, he puts out. I don't even think he puts out Egress. I think he just puts
No,
out a guy.
And they're like, "You can."
They're
summon
like, "Holy
people?"
shit!"
And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
can
think
summon
this
like
makes
a
you
guy."
like an." Yeah, they're like, "This doesn't really make you like an S." Like he's like, we all know that you're like way stronger than this because like you're an S rank. So like just
You
and
broke
like,
our
"Oh, okay."
machine.
He's like, "You broke it," and he's like, "Okay, well,
I can summon
do
500 guys.
He's like, he fills the room with people. He's like, "I have like more
yeah,
than this too," and they're like,
this is
"All
just
right,
the
you're
fire
freaking
hazard at capacity amount of
Yeah, this
people
is
I
just
can
like-
summon.
Like legally, it'd be a legal issue if I got more people in here. I don't want to, that'd just be messed up to do that to you."
Yeah,
And they're like, "All right, you're good. You can leave, man. Yeah, you're S rank for sure." And then he's like trying to dip,
yeah.
and they're like, "Don't go out that door." He's like, "I'll go out any door I want."
Yeah.
You see what I did? They're like, "No, dude. Like, really? That's just
There's a whole bunch
not-
of press out there.
like, you shouldn't do that." He opens the door and they're like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
He's like, "Dang it."
So back to where we were. He gets the Fang dagger, Dangle dagger, and then what does he do after that? I'm pretty sure he goes on.
He goes to more like regular dungeons, like
Yeah.
more gates, as an E rank.
He finds one where there's like 3 people and they need 5 people to get in. It might not. These numbers are kind of arbitrary.
That's what he does for like a couple.
He
does
goes
that a
into
couple times
one
in a
and he
row.
meets what is his name?
Oh, I know the S rank.
No.
Hell no.
He meets
The S rank's brother, right?
Yujin Ho.
Yeah.
Yujin is the rich guy, his friend who's like
Oh,
the
no, that's
son
in the
of
same
the
dungeon. Yeah.
of Dong.
Oh
my god!
Oh my god.
I didn't even write his name down because he's kind of like a bitch.
Yeah, he's like a main antagonist, or like a thought to be a main antagonist for so long, and then, I'm gonna look up real quick.
So while you're looking
that
that up, he goes into this dungeon where there's 3 people looking for 2 people. They get Park and Sung Jin Woo to go in. They're E rank. Everyone else is like A and B rank. They go clear the dungeon out and get to the spider boss. And they're like, "Oh shit, we forgot the pickaxes. We're just gonna go grab them real quick, and we'll get all this stuff and whatever." And then they leave Sung Jin Woo and Park in the boss room with this giant blue spider, and they like blow up that little hallway, so they're trapped in the boss room. And they basically are like PKers, player killers, where they just like clear dungeons with noobs, kill them, and keep more of the split of the loot. But Sung Jin Woo beats the spider. It's kind of a rough fight. He gets fucked up, but he stabs a spider in his eye in the Kasuka dagger. I'm probably going to be saying this wrong the whole time. I'm pretty sure it's a Kasuka dagger. Has a chance to paralyze and a chance to bleed. So he just stabs a spider in the eye until those specials proc. Which I just play a lot of RuneScape, so it's hard for me not to use these vocabulary words. But he beats the spider.
More Elden Ring. When I was watching it.
Yeah. Then the guys come back out and they try to kill Sung Jin Woo and Park, and they're like, "I don't know how you beat that boss, but you guys gotta be pretty fucked up now." And Jin Woo's just like, "Please, come at me. I'll fucking
I remember.
Put a screwdriver on the stove and let that shit heat up and stick it in your ass real slow, like."
Okay, all right. It's Hwang Dong Suk and Hwang Dong Soo.
Yeah, he
are
does.
the 2 brothers. Hwang Dong Suk is the one that, bro,
Yeah, he does.
he's the one that fights in that dungeon.
Yeah.
He's the older brother. And
okay.
in the fight against the spider, he like he's like tired as shit already, and he's like, oh man, I don't feel so good. And then he's like, oh yeah, I forgot, I got a freaking magic potion that makes me feel like brand spanking new.
Yeah,
I feel brand spanking new now.
I think it was because he got his dailies done. He got like a status restore.
Yeah. So then was that where he learned the skill? No, that was a different.
Yeah, that was not yet. So then I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure like the literal next dungeon he goes on is the one I was talking about earlier, where it's like him. I don't even think Park is there, but
No, Park's not
Juhi
there.
and the guy who led the very first raid they went on is there. I think his name is Song.
Yeah. Let me go back again. I should wrote all their names down.
So they go into this dungeon with like 5 prisoners, those 2, and then this B rank assassin type hunter, who I don't even know if we've said, but all of them are hunters. Like that is what they are.
Yeah.
They go and I don't know if we really established that. There are these gates that have been opening up around the world, and these gates hold dungeons. And if a gate is held open for too long without it being cleared out, I think it's like 7 days, monsters come out of the dungeon and just fuck shit up in the world. And the first time this happened was this big dragon that they kept the skeleton of. But we'll get to that in a minute. But anyway, they go into this dungeon with prisoners, and the B rank hunter, whose name is Kang, they get to the end of the dungeon. I don't even remember what the boss of this dungeon was, because Kang starts killing all the prisoners because he was hired to kill a certain one who like raped this guy's daughter and whatever. So he kills all these guys. Jin Woo finds Kang and is like, why the fuck did you just kill all these guys? And he's like, because I like killing people, and I'm going to kill you too.
Yeah,
so then,
that's the crazy part.
Yeah. So then...
He's like, he could have been noble. He's like, yeah, they're bad people. And
Yeah.
moved on.
Jin Woo...
No, I just like doing this.
Jin Woo and Kang fight, and Jin Woo beats Kang really kind of barely, because when they first start fighting, Kang is faster than Jin Woo, even though Jin Woo's probably stronger. He just like can't hit him as well. And Juhi, the healer girl, gives Jin Woo a buff. But while he gets buffed, because he had already killed those people in that last dungeon, he'd got a skill called Bloodlust, which is what you were talking about. I just talking about. I remember. He gets Bloodlust and does hit Kang, which hits him with paralysis and bleeding, just like the spider before. And he beats Kang. And when he is talking to him as he beat him, that's when he's like, how strong do you think I can get? As strong as the darkness is deep. And then in the manwa, it just scrolls into darkness, and it's really cool. And Jin Woo says, as I keep getting stronger, parts of me feel like they're dying or slipping away. And he's like, another one of my emotions just died. And he tells Juhi, and I'm pretty sure it's Song. Is that his name? The sword master?
Yeah.
Tells them to leave. And Jin Woo sees that the prisoner who Kang was supposed to kill was still alive. This is what happens. They didn't even get to the dungeon boss. He throws that guy in with the dungeon boss and is like, you're a fucked up person, I'm not letting you get out of here alive. And he just watches the dungeon boss fuck up Kang, and then it's just implied that Jin Woo just beats the boss after. And I'm pretty sure it was like a goblin boss. So then after that,
And then he gets the assassin skill. He gets the invisibility
he
skill
gets
there too.
the what's it called? The ability to turn invisible.
I think it's like stealth skills.
It's like straight up stealth or something.
Yeah, I need to figure out. I can't find. Come on, man.
I'm pretty impressed. This is all off the top of my head.
Yeah. So then, what happens after he goes yabba, he gets that guy, whatever. Then after Kang, What happens after Kang?
After
He goes
that,
to-
Park contacts him and is like, I'm trying to start a guild under my father's
Yeah.
construction company's name, but I need to clear 20 dungeons. We've already cleared one, so I only need to clear 19 more. Can you help me clear these so I can start my own guild? And Jinwoo is looking to get stronger, and he's like, I'll help you with this, but only you and me can go in. And Park's like, well, some dungeons you need like 8 people. Jinwoo's like, well, hire 6 people and tell them to wait outside.
In every dungeon, you need at least 3, and we're both like, you're an E rank, I'm a D rank. So
Yeah.
we can't even go into a dungeon by ourselves. Like,
Yeah.
even if we had a third person, we can only go into an E rank dungeon, and we can't even do that. So,
Yeah.
and he's like, lock in.
Yeah.
That's basically
So-
it. Go get more.
So then
I said what I said.
they start clearing dungeons. They get through like 14 dungeons over the course of like 2 weeks, like a dungeon a day. Actually, it's faster than that. They do like 2 or 3 dungeons a day. And while they're doing this, Jinwoo's still doing his daily missions, and he gets a dungeon key to a special dungeon. They have like a couple dungeons left, and Jinwoo's like, hey, I gotta go. I don't know, I'll be gone for like a couple hours or something. I don't even know. They don't even know if he
Is it a
knew
couple
how
hours?
long it was.
I think
He ended
I
up
thought-
being gone for like 3 days, but he was like, I'm just gonna go do something real quick. I'll be back. Like, I just gotta take today off.
Oh yeah.
And he goes in there, and it's a version of Seoul, Korea, the like capital city, all destroyed and on fire. And in front of it is a giant 3-headed dog named Cerberus, who we know from any other
Mythology.
fantasy
Yeah, like-
thing. Yeah.
Everything from everything.
From everything, the Guardian of Hell. And he's fighting Cerberus. Cerberus is the first S-rank monster that Jinwoo fights. And Jinwoo is pretty much going to lose. While he has like less than 30% health, the system gives him a skill called Perseverance, where he takes 50% less damage from then on. And he is like, that's when he's first like, what is this system? Like, I need to figure out what this is, because otherwise it's just gonna use me, and I'm not gonna be my own person if I'm just like a puppet of this thing. So then he actually beats Cerberus without even getting hit one more time anyway, and then he's like, I gotta not be here for a minute, because if that's the first thing I fought, this place is way too hard for me. So he's like, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to come back in here. And he leaves the dungeon, and he is able to go back in there. But while he's in there, he sees the reward for finishing it is the elixir of life, which has the ability to cure any disease, or basically anything, but it does have limitations later. But he has to clear it. It's a 100-floor dungeon. Cerberus was the first floor. He leaves that, and then I don't even think he finishes those dungeons with Park.
I don't remember him doing that.
I don't think he finishes the
don't.
last like 3.
He
Oh, okay. So after that, I do remember. He leaves that. He gets the orb of Orgalorg, the orb of fire, and he's like, I should sell this because this doubles magic power, but I'm not really a magic user. So he leaves that. He's like looking online to sell it, and he's like, this thing doesn't even have like a price. This thing is like too much money. Also, I'm an E rank,
awesome.
and they're gonna ask me why I have this,
yeah.
and that's just gonna be a problem. So then he goes to get retested.
No, he goes in as a collector or something like that on a
No,
S
no, no.
rank or an A rank.
No.
That was before. No.
No, he goes and gets tested, and then, okay, listen. He goes to get tested. They're like, we can't test your power level because you're too strong. So then they're like, come back in like 3 days. And then he goes, and that's when he does that mining job.
Oh, in the 3 days in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then he goes and he looks for a gig to do for these 3 days while they're waiting for whatever. And Go Gun Hee, the head of the Hunter Association of Korea, meets Jinwoo when he goes and breaks the machine because Go Gun Hee got like a notification that some crazy shit was going on at the retesting facility, and he's like, so you're actually maybe even a double S rank or a triple S rank, because we can test a regular S rank.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was like he's comparable to the National Hunters
yeah,
level or something like that.
so he was like, all right, in like 3 days, meet me over here at this other place and we'll find out where you rank officially, even though we already know. He's still an E rank. He finds a raid to go on, but he takes up a mining position because I think it's an A rank dungeon. There aren't really S rank dungeons like that often. It's an A rank dungeon, which is really high. I wish I knew, like, off the top of my head which guilds were what. There's only like 5 in Korea. But it's the guild with the strongest S rank hunter, apparently, and his vice president is Cha Hae In. No, this was the fire guy.
Oh, he's the human weapon.
Yeah.
I can't think of his.
So his like vice president is Cha Hae In, which is the only female S rank hunter in Korea. And what?
We missed 3 people. We missed Tusk. Not Tusk. We missed his name. Iron. Iron joins before this.
Oh no, you're totally right. Before this
Iron
whole
joins?
retesting happens, they go into that.
Because the White Tiger Guild, he saves them from the rogue dungeon, and then
he gets the
A
bear
rank dungeon.
He gets the bear.
Yeah, he gets the bear, and he gets Iron there.
Yeah,
because Iron is that dude.
Fuck. Okay, so then after,
I was like, I know we're.
You're totally
something.
right. So this is like one dungeon before everything I just said. They go back. AJ, hit that rewind button. They go to a dungeon as they go in, and I think this has to do with Jinwoo going in. No. Fuck. Okay.
You got it.
Jinwoo talks to the principal at his sister's school, who the principal says has a student that wants to be a hunter because she's an E rank hunter. Can you talk to her and tell her this shit is super dangerous? Jinwoo's like, sure, whatever. I'm that guy. I'll take her on a dungeon and show her how fucked up things can be. This girl actually went on a dungeon with him and Park earlier and sat outside and made some money that way. He takes her to a dungeon. They go in through the gate. As they're going in, the gate turns red. Everyone's like, oh fuck, red gates are super bad. They're going to be in here for either...
Turn purple.
Well, they go in.
Yeah.
And they're like, they cannot... Nobody else is able to physically enter this anymore. And they can't come out until either they die or they clear it. And this is like 4 E ranks and 1 A rank, who is Iron, but I don't remember his human name. They go in, red gate happens, it's a giant snow tundra forest, and there are 2 groups that are made. Iron, I'm just going to call him Iron because fuck his human name, is like, okay, I'm taking you, and you, all you other losers can go fuck yourselves and go that way. And Jinwoo's like, this is actually the better way to go because there's no bullshit this way. Oh, if there were...
And before that, the elves come and they shoot the things.
Yeah.
And Jinwoo saves someone's life by like knowing the elves are there before anyone else does and stopping a freaking arrow. And one of the people that Iron's like, you're coming with me, who's like, I'm gonna fucking hang out with this
that guy.
Why would I want to,
Yeah,
so then
and he's the only A rank, so he's like, I'm gonna be fine, thinking.
Yeah, and then they walk through the forest and they see the bear markings, I think.
Yeah.
On the trees, and they're like, Jin was like, yeah, no, this is actually way better because if this is bear territory, we don't gotta fight those damn elves.
We don't gotta fight what's stronger than bears. Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean?
So they go
And
through.
then,
Jinwoo has like coats in his inventory to give to everybody that he's with. Also,
in a tent and like fire.
yeah,
like,
they're like eating bear and
he made
driving.
a little Fallout 4 shelter.
Yeah, like
built.
yeah.
He's like, guys, I'll be back.
And meanwhile, Iron's team is like dying and starving. I think all of them die except for Iron.
They run into the elves. Elves, and they just get wiped out. And Iron's like, no, and he runs away.
Jinwoo, well, he's like, all right, everyone, just stay at camp. I'm gonna go kill every single bear. I'll be back in a minute.
Go farm some bears real quick.
Yeah, so he goes and finds the bear like camp. I guess bear country, the bear village.
Not even camp. It's like their house. It was
yeah,
like a cave. It was just where the bears are from.
Oh my fucking god! Oh, we fucked up so bad. But before this, okay, AJ, hit the rewind button. Okay, so before this dungeon, Jinwoo gets the job change quest offered by the system.
Oh my god!
I don't know how we fucking skipped this part, but we did. We're going back. Fucking A. It's fine.
This is the most important part.
This is all off the dome. Look, I haven't looked at my fucking notes one time. Okay, so they go to the job change. He goes to the job change quest where he plays Dark Souls in real life. He plays Dark Souls. He goes through Sen's Fortress. If you don't know what that is, we're gonna have a Dark Souls episode. I'll tell you all about it. Just hang in there. He fights a whole bunch of fucking knights. He's told... And no, not yet. Yes, but no. He goes and fights a bunch of fucking knights and is told he can't use any healing items and he can't use the shop until he clears them all out. He is doing okay. He's doing fine. When he's about to run out of health, he didn't do his daily quest that day. So he gets transported to the Sand Realm with a bunch of those fucking worms and has to survive for 4 hours. But because he was already about to die, he has like 1 HP. And there is like HP in this. He has like 1 HP. And he survives for like 4 hours fighting the sandworms. But every time he levels up, he gets his health back and more health. So he's just farming these sandworms for like 4 hours, getting his health back and getting more health. Before he goes back after the 4-hour timer is up, he buys a sword-piercing dagger. So he has a armor-piercing dagger.
Yeah.
And he is like, fuck yeah, let's go. And then like he goes back after that timer's done, starts fucking up all the knights, and then that's when he's like, oh, these mages have been casting invisibility this whole time. Now I have the level to where I can see where they are. If I kill these mages, these knights will stop coming.
Yeah, and then the before he gets that dagger, and while he's fighting the knights before all that stuff, he's just crushing them again the same way to the snake because he can't cut through their armor, which was like
he's like my hands hurt so much.
He's like, dude, my hands hurt, my back hurts.
I've killed 5,000 knights.
Yeah, and then so he sees those mages, whatever. So kills the mages.
When he kills all the mages, all the knights stop spawning also.
Yeah.
So then he clears the room out.
The system's like, hey dude, do you want to take this quest to huh?
No, I'm just being the system.
Yeah.
Check this out.
Yeah. Hey, he's like, hey man, look at this.
Check this shit out.
You could do this quest, like you can just stay in here for a little bit longer and you'll get a whole new class. Like you'll be a whole new guy.
Okay. He's like, what kind of guy could I be?
What kind of guy? And they don't tell him what it is. It's like, it's a mystery. It's
well, no, they tell him. They're like, it's the necromancer class, and he's like, well, I put all my stats in strength, so I don't know if I want to do that. And then he hits no, and then the system's like, are you sure this is a hidden class? No one else is this. And he's like,
he's the only guy. He's like, okay, I guess.
Okay,
but he doesn't even accept it until after. Because it's when he doesn't use them to fight the other guys until later.
Yeah, no, he doesn't accept it then. But then he goes, after he's cleared out the whole mages and knights stuff, that's when he fights Artorias, who is Igris. Igris is straight up Artorias from Dark Souls, by the way. He's just a badass knight with a great sword. And
Friggin' sweet.
he struggles really hard on this fight with Igris. He is actually way less weak, or way weaker than Igris.
Yeah, Igris is like...
Igris
my
is
favorite
stronger
part
than
of the
Jinwoo.
my favorite part of the manhwa, like reading it, is that fight, like from Igris' perspective in the epilogue. I don't know if you read that part, but they talk like they do like little segments.
Yeah.
Huh?
I just have one more
And,
thing I remembered.
Yeah, and Igris' part is he's sitting on the throne. He goes, "I can't sit on the throne. This is my king."
Yeah.
So he gets off the throne and just stands in the corner.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I love this dang thing. This thing is hilarious.
Yeah. When he was
but-
farming those sandworms, he got the commander's touch, which is basically like telekinesis, where he can like move things around and stuff. But it's only level 1. So it's kind of limited on what it can move. While he's fighting Igris like drops his sword to like show respect to Jinwoo, and they fight with their hands. And Jinwoo's getting his ass beat, so he uses the commander's touch and brings his dagger back and stabs Igris in the eye, and that's what beats Igris. He does that, and he like crushes him, essentially, whatever he wins. And he then is like, so maybe I will take that necromancer class. And he tries to use it on Igris, and it fails. And then Jinwoo is like, look, man, you've been here. You're the knight of this obvious king, but the king's been dead a long time, right? So what are you really doing here? Why don't you come with me and be my knight? You'll be my, number 1 dude. So then he tries it again, and to do this, he has to say, what does he have to say to bring someone back?
Arise.
Yeah.
That's what he says in the manga. Arise.
Yep. First time, Igris is like, that was cringe. I'm not.
He goes, that's
I'm not following you, bro. So then, after he gives that speech, Igris does arise, and Jinwoo brings up like 10 more of the knights. That's like the max capacity he has is like a total of like 10.
Yeah.
So this happened. He did the job change quest before they went through the red gate. Jinwoo killed all the bears. There's one more bear left, the king of the bears, Big Boy. Yeah. That's his name. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, throughout leveling up through all these other things he's been doing, like he's been able to hold on to more.
His name is Tank.
Souls. Tank is cool as hell. Tank was my favorite. But yeah, so after whatever he can make the bears. He meets the bears. At this point, he's high enough level where he can have like 1 billion guys with him, but not 1 billion.
No, not really. He can have like 40.
But he can like fight pretty solidly with these guys.
And they also drain his mana.
Yeah, and if they die, they drain his mana. They respawn, they do, but they don't drain it if they don't die, which is something that I was like, oh, I guess he's fucking awesome. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But there was the bears is the first time he just watches them fight because he knows they'll win.
He's like testing the knights out.
Yeah. And so he's like, Igris, go out there and fight, dude. And then he watches Igris and he's like, I'm not as strong as him.
Yeah.
Just straight up, I'm not.
I only won because
like
he didn't use a sword and I cheated, kind of.
And I cheated. He's like, I'm not. He's like, if he used a sword, I would have lost bad. Yeah. And like, so he's like, wow, am I going to be stronger than him eventually, So that all happens, whatever. He gets all these levels from killing these bears too. So like when the shadow people do it, he's like, oh yeah, hell yeah. I get levels. So he got free levels. He farmed, and then Big Bear,
Tank,
Brother Bear,
that
becomes
dude,
Tank.
Coda.
Coda is like one of the other little guys, but Brother Bear, Big Bear, he's like the main. He's the first like big boss after Igris. That's like added to his bag, if you will.
Yeah. He's got a bunch of little guys and 2 big guys, Igris and Tank.
Then, with after that,
After that, he walks back to camp, and Iron is running up to the camp like, "How are you guys fucking thriving? My whole team is dead. What the fuck is happening? Why do I fucking suck? I'm gonna kill you guys. Fuck you." And
then well, then the elves come.
Yeah.
Right then they're like, "Oh no!" Well, Jinwoo's like flicks him like he's nothing. He flies away. He's like, "Ah!"
What?
And he gets up. He's like, "This is all your fault. Why would you do this to me?
Yeah.
You're embarrassing me for my friends." And he runs back over there.
I'm literally so embarrassed right now.
Oh, you're so embarrassed right now. And then Jinwoo's fighting the elves. The elves talk to him, and he's like,
I didn't know I could speak elves. Yeah.
Well,
they can't, like, the other people can't understand the elves.
They can't understand him, but also they didn't know he was speaking. Like, that was the first time he heard a monster speak. He's like, "Oh, not like I can understand your language and you can speak."
Well, he understands the elf, and then he talks back to the elf, and all the humans that are with him are like, "You speak elf?" And Jinwoo's like, I speak elf.
I do now.
I am that dude. I gave you a coat. Don't tell anybody about this.
He's like, "Did you see? I spawned a coat out of thin air. Do you think that the talking to an elf's a problem?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm surprised, but I'm more surprised that you're surprised.
Like, you're surprised that I could do this. Have you asked yourself why there's no bears?
Yeah.
Talk about that. We're in bear country.
Why I'm wearing a bear right now?
Yeah, why I'm all bared up.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then he fights these elves. The main elf guy, is beating his ass also. A main elf guy, cold.
Because the main elf guy also has an army of elves, and their armies are fighting Jinwoo's Shadow Knight army and the elf army.
And he's losing a lot of mana because the soldiers aren't strong enough to like take on hits and stuff.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, here comes Iron. His dumbass is like, "You abuse me for my friends." And then the next thing you really see is Jinwoo's like standing in front of this giant dude who's holding the giant axe, and he's like, "What's up, guys?" And that giant dude with the giant axe starts going nuts.
Yep.
And you don't know, and you're like, "Okay, did he just actually murder a guy? Did he just kill somebody and just
again
bring them back to life?"
Yeah, it's like the 10th person Jinwoo's killed.
But like this is like, but it's the first time he brought a human soul back to life, and he's like, "I should give you a name," and he's like, "I don't remember what your name was, so you're Iron now." Much like this entire podcast episode, how you're gonna call him Iron, knowing damn well that's not his name.
Yeah, literally. I don't know his fucking name. Yeah, his name is Iron. Ever since Jinwoo said his name's Iron, that's what it's been.
Iron joins, and then with Iron and Egress, they're able to beat the elves, and then he like brings a lot of the elves back to life, and he tries to bring the main elf back because he's like as strong as Egress is what he thinks.
Well, he tries. Listen, before you say it, he tries twice. It shows him try twice, and then they leave the dungeon, and Jinwoo's all pissed off because he couldn't. Oh, and when he does bring someone back, he has 3 chances. If it doesn't work on those 3, he can't bring that soul back. So he tries twice in front of everybody, and then it just kind of cuts to them all leaving the dungeon, and Jinwoo's like, "Fucking bullshit, man. I fucking hate this game. This game fucking sucks, bro."
Dumb, man. I don't even hate it. I don't even fucking play this game, dude. This is stupid.
Outside of the gate was Dong Suk
brother.
Donghua? Is it Donghua?
Yeah, and because it turned to a purple gate, and it was the White Tiger Guilds.
Yeah.
Gate, the other, who's the leader of the White Tiger Guild? Ju Sung Chan. He's the guy that turns into a bear. A bear. There's a kid outside that just screamed like I thought. Anyway, that was scary. But yeah, main tiger guy is there. Main tiger guy is an S tier hunter as well as, not Suck. It's the other one. Huang Dong Song. That's his name. And Dong Song is a hunter in America now because he got poached by American National Hunters Guild. It's a whole other part of the plot, but we'll get there later. So then they're like standing in front of this thing, and they're like, "Hey man, I'll fuck you up to go kill this guy." And he's like, no, I'll fuck you up. And then he's like, no, I'm gonna do it. You can't hold me back. I'll do it. I'll kill you, right? And then they want to throw a punch at each other. And then what's his name? The Wu's like,
Wu Jin-chul is a
go. I love him too.
What is he? He is in the
He's an
Hunters Association, and
He's the vice chairman, I think.
Well, no, but he's like the scouting. He's one of the scout hunters, so he's an A rank hunter that kind of just keeps an eye on things, and he's really strong.
Yeah.
I don't know if we really said who he was.
But he's not like super. He's not an S rank, obviously. So like the difference between him and the S ranks that are there are like very high. But he's enough to be like, hey guys, let's
he's able
not
to
do
step
that.
between them. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it's crazy still. I think he was still like freaking out because he's like, if you guys touched fists like that, this whole block would have blew up.
Yeah.
So don't do that. He stops them from fighting each other. Yada yada yada. You know. Then Sun Jin-woo comes out, and the White Tiger Guild's chief is like, "Where's my team? Where's my A rank hunter that went in there with you?" And he's like, I brought back them. This is who came back." And he's like, "What?" And he gets all mad at Sun Jin-woo, and Sun Jin-woo's like, "I could have left all of them in there." I didn't.
He grabs Jin-woo's shoulder, and Jin-woo's like,
"So you should be thanking me," kind of thing.
Still have all your fingers, for one, and I was able to clear this Red Gate dungeon. I'm an E rank, if you forgot, by the way. I'm supposed to not really do anything.
I'm not supposed to be here still.
I'm going home.
Then,
don't talk.
After that, he gets retested. Then after this is when the retest happens.
Okay, so then whatever we said happened.
They go into the next dungeon after this, right?
Where are we?
This is the next time. This is when this is Tusk. Okay? So after the retesting, but before the second retesting, he broke the machine. They're like, "Give us 3 days, partner."
So then he goes on the mining. Yeah.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Yes.
I'm trying to
walks in. He walks into the mining thing, goes all the way back to the boss room. He's like, "I'm gonna fuck this thing up."
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my little grubby little man. He says, I think he's like, "I can't kill this thing or else he's suspicious, but I can look at it."
So
he's just like a little.
What
normally
happens in like a raid is they'll clear the dungeon, leave the boss in the boss room, and then they'll bring in like E and D rank hunters who are specifically kind of just like laborers. They'll pick up all of the mana crystals, mine all of the whatever resources they can get out of the raid, because in this world that stuff is worth a lot of money. It's like nuclear power essentially. It's what advances technology.
Runs
but
everything.
You can't bring technology into a raid, so they have to use like manual pickaxes. They can't bring you literally can't bring in like a power tool. You couldn't bring in like a jackhammer or anything like that. Sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted to.
No, you're right. And then after that, he goes back to so they clear out all the regular like people in that dungeon, like the S rank, the 2 S ranks of that guild, which is the Hunters Guild with the human weapon, the fire guy, and then the vice chief of that guild is the dancer. What's
Cha Hae-in.
Yeah.
So they do this raid. They go in. Cha Hae-in walks past Sung Jin-woo and like kind of notices him, but then goes back. She just senses like a strong power, and then they go clear the dungeon out. And while the A and 1 S rank, which is Cha Hae-in, and the other guy's in S rank, the fire guy, they are hanging out while they're mining all the resources. They go on lunch, and Sung Jin-woo walks towards the boss room, and Cha Hae-in is like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Security. Running security at this point.
She's like, "Don't go in there. You're gonna get fucked up." And then she's like, "Didn't you just have a dagger in your hand?" And Jin-woo's like, "What? Me?
No,
nothing.
No.
Literally the Beetlejuice meme. You know,
what? Dagger. What?
You know what I'm talking about? He's like, "Who? Me? Nothing." You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I do that one. I know.
Yeah. And so then he like walks back, and then they finish
after
that raid.
After successfully gaslighting an S-rate hunter,
Yeah,
she's like, "You smell good."
she's like, "You don't smell like anything." Yeah,
No, she's
everyone
like,
else
like, he smells good.
Yo, you're right. Yeah,
She's
she's like, normally
what is that?
hunters are
Jump with the
stinky.
yay?
Normally everyone smells like ass.
Like ass, musty ass. Even
Musty
the S-rates, they smell like
ass.
poop.
So then
You
they
smell
like
you smell
he goes
good.
back to the mining people, and they're like, "Hey, we got another gig tomorrow if you want to come." And then Jinwoo's like,
And he's like, "Nah."
"No," he goes.
No, he's like no at first. And he's like, "We'll pay you everything. Just
Yeah.
please join the team,
Yeah,
man."
yeah. He's like, "Well, I do have 3 days."
I got a couple days to spare. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And they go back in, and and then they're fighting these things that like these orcs come in, and they're like way stronger.
Wait.
Because he goes in with the A team. The A team goes in this time.
Well, no, he goes with the mining team the next day, and then this A rank team is like, "Hey, we need one more person to come in with us. Do you have any volunteers?" And Jinwoo's like,
they're
"I'll
not
go."
like the mine. Yeah, it's like a collector. He goes as a collector.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So
and
then,
they just pick up all. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're like, "We just need one more person to kind of fill our roster. Does anyone want to come?" And then Jinwoo goes with them. Sorry to interrupt you again, but
no, I was trying to figure out what he was called.
yeah.
And he's in there. He's like, "Yeah, man. I'm just here, dog. Like, y'all got it. I trust you. But you have like 13 A rank hunters here. Like,
Yeah.
you can handle this like regular gate. Like,
And I still want to see a S rank or an A rank. I just want to see
Like,
a
yeah,
high
what it
level
looks
monster
like.
or a high
Yeah,
level
what it looks
raid.
like.
Yeah, I want to see what it looks like.
And then he's like hanging out, whatever. Then these freaking orcs come, and they're tough.
Yeah.
They're built sturdy. They can't do nothing to them.
When I saw this part, there's this girl, one of the sorcerers, the like main sorcerer girl kind of this crew who has the glasses. Reminded me of one of the
Phantom Troop members.
the Phantom Troop members with the vacuum.
What's her name? Uzoka? Not Uzoka.
They look so similar.
I'll figure it out. It's really them.
And I do feel like Solo Leveling has like a lot of these little nods to other things that I don't know if they're always accurate, but I do feel like there's a lot of Dark Souls and a lot of other anime in general references that are kind of subtle.
But the orcs come and they're tough. They're the first thing that happens with the orcs is they fucking take off one of the people's arms like instantly. And they're like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, what?"
And they
He's
have
like,
a A rank healer with them, so
yeah, they just brings it back, which is dope. And
Yeah.
then they're like fighting these orcs. They can't they're just fighting the orcs, and then Sun Jin Woo's like, "Yeah, you guys are gonna die if I don't do anything."
Yeah.
So then he goes invisible and starts like cutting the ankles of all these orcs so that they're slower, and then he basically weakens all the orcs so they think that like they're doing it themselves.
yeah.
Without being noticed is what he thinks. And then one of the healer girl with the glasses is like, you think we're so stupid
Yeah.
that like one of us wouldn't notice that you have a stealth skill, you dumbass. But they're just like, I'm gonna keep that to myself though, because
He
you
probably
did
has a
save our
good
life.
reason for
Really good reason for it. And then more orcs come, and then they're like,
Well, wait, before
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they're like, "Hey, Captain, do you want to leave? Because that
This
was
is
crazy.
really scary.
Like
Yeah.
this is not. We're not strong enough for this." He's like, "Yeah, I mean, yeah, we should probably leave. Even though, like, if I did this raid, like, I'd become like a better, like, I'd rank up.
It's his
again."
first one.
Yeah, and he's like, "All right, I'm just gonna."
And he's like, he's cool. I really like
Yeah,
this
I
part
liked
because
him.
when I was
liked
reading
all
it,
the
I was
characters here.
I was thinking like, oh, this guy's gonna be like a scumbag guy,
No.
and he's gonna push them to go even though they shouldn't. And he's like, this is my first raid, and it would make me look really good, but this is my
Like,
first raid, so I have to also
Yeah.
be responsible with what I can do. Let's leave. You guys are right. And then they start walking back towards the entrance, and it's blocked.
Yeah, and then
They try to
it's
leave,
blocked.
and then all of the sorcerer class hunters, their noses start bleeding, and they start like having
yeah,
migraines.
they try to force open the
throwing
gate,
up
and they
and
just start
shit.
like, yeah, they start like dying. And
they're like, "Don't go through that.
Then
You
they're
will
like-
fucking die."
they're like, then more orcs come, and they're like, "You like our magic, buddy?"
Yeah, dumbass.
And they're like, "Dumbass." And
You think
Only
we're
Sanjin
just
Woo
a
can understand
basic
what they're
bitch
saying.
dungeon?
Who do you think we are? Who do you think we are? We're the freaking orcs. It was because no. What happened was they see the dogs. The dogs come out. And
Oh
they're like,
yeah, they're like these
yeah.
are
The
like
dogs came out. They're
baby
like, why are
dogs.
there like? No, they're like B rank dogs. Like,
Yeah.
they're pretty strong, like relative to the thing. But like they're like these dogs are too strong to like.
Well, they were
They're
like
too weak to be in this dungeon,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
they're
yeah.
too strong to like just
work-
exist. Like,
yeah,
you know. And he's like, that means that they're probably like domesticated by something.
yeah.
And then more orcs come, and they're like, "Sup, idiot?
What
Do
up?
you like my magic?
Why'd
And
you
then
kill
they're
all
like,
our friends?
Yeah, and they're like, okay, well,
Which one of you killed all our friends?
And then they talk. He talks to the captain. And he's like, "Hey, man, like, you're gonna come with me, or I'm gonna kill you all right now. So, like, what do you want to do?" He's like, "Okay, all right, we'll go with you. Just
Yeah,
let me talk to my guys real quick." And he gets them all collected. He's like, "Hey, like, we're all going to die in here, man. Like, I know what they're gonna do.
yeah.
They're gonna take us back there and kill us. Like, there's nothing else we can do." But
I really like this
everyone-
guy a lot.
yeah, he's like, everyone, if you have something that you want to like give to your family, like give it to Sun Jin Woo. What we're gonna do is, as soon as we get there, we're gonna start an attack, and then we're gonna hope that the gates open so he can run back and leave. So if you have something,
Yeah,
and so they all
he's
give
like,
him
I'm
little
sorry
mementos.
for dragging you
This
into
made me
this, Jinwoo.
made me
You're
like want
just
to
a-
cry, dude.
Yeah,
I love that guy.
he's
I was
like,
oh man,
you weren't even supposed to be here. I'm sorry for bringing you into this.
And then they go into the thing. It's like it's like a giant like orc castle. It looks like what's it called? Red Mane. Looks like Red Mane.
Oh
Whole
yeah,
thing's
I
all
guess
red.
so. Yeah,
Yeah, and basically Verdun.
Yeah.
Orc. The orc of Verdun. But Verdun uses magic too.
Yeah.
Verdun uses gravity magic. Low key.
but
Wait,
this also came out way before Elden Ring.
yeah. So
Miyazaki, you got some splaining to do.
You cheater.
You little cheater, man. You
She's
take
a
all your
cheater.
shit from everything else. All your shit's just berserk and solo leveling.
Yeah, come on, man. And
Come on.
sometimes it's I have another. There's a whole other theory off topic about JJK. That JJK is just Dark Souls, but through the plot of like, like it was that Sukuna's entire ability is just Dark Souls with like fire and
Yeah. Yeah.
So then anyway, yeah. So
They're in
That's
Red Mane
just
Castle.
they're in Red Mane Castle. These orcs are like vibing, like they're blasting
Yeah.
the JBL speaker.
What
now.
up? Oh,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah, and then this big orc's like, "Hey man, so we brought you here," and he's like, "What are you gonna do to us? Like, what do you want us to do so we can leave?" He's like, "Leave? I can't. I brought you here to kill you.
Yeah.
It was you're entertainment for me. I'm gonna watch all my guys kill you for fun. That's what's gonna happen here." And he's like, yeah. And so then main guy, captain guy's like, "All right," and charges at him, and everyone else is frozen in fear and can't move because they're like, "Oh, we're all gonna die." Main guy charges at him. Main orc high guy, castle king orc guy's like, and just like keeps throwing him up into the ceiling, throwing him down. Has this giant shield in front of him. It's horrible. And then eventually Sun Jin Woo's like, "All right, dude." And he jumps through the air, grabs him, and brings him back. And he's like, I have your permission to do anything? Like, I will beat all of them if you let me.
Yeah.
But I want you to, like, you are the person. I don't want
your
you to,
guild
like-
bought the rights to this dungeon.
Yeah, and he's like, and also again, love this arc, love that whole thing, and I also love that like Sun Jin Woo does have like some sort of code of like he's
Well,
like,
he's
oh,
not
he,
a
like,
he's
he
really not
respects
an
this
asshole. Yeah.
Yeah, he respects this guy enough to be like ask him permission and stuff. So he's like, that's cool. So then he's like, yeah, you can like please save us, like kind of thing. And he's like, all right, bet. And he's like, what I'm about to do though, you can't tell anybody what like I was about to see. Like you can't say a thing. And then he's like, okay. And then he summons his army, which is now 300 soldiers, I think, is what he is at
I
this
don't.
point. So
The numbers start to like not matter.
they start to
after
go
a while.
insane. So he's at like 300 people, he's got Egress, Iron, and Tank out there. He's like, oh, Tank got his name before this too. Tank got his name at the fucking castle, but I'll go back there in a second. I promise. So he's like, oh yeah, okay, well these are my guys. Do you want to go to war right now, Mr. Orc King? And he's like, you ain't got shit on me. Then they all fight, and then they notice that when Jinwoo's summons die, they just come back, and they're like, that's something I've never seen before.
Yeah.
And they're fighting, yada yada yada, whoop-de whoop-de woo. And then Sun Jinwoo's like, all right, I'm gonna go kill these 3 idiots who are like the guards for the king. 4 idiots, sorry. I'm gonna go kill these 4 idiots. He does, and then he's like, he like cuts the whatever, and he throws one to the ceiling. And then he fights the main king, and he's like fighting, yada yada yada, going back and forth.
Yeah, his name is. He says his name when they all first get in there. It's like Cargolorg. It's like Cargomon. Yeah. It starts with a car.
Yeah.
I just remembered. Sorry to interrupt you. Keep going.
So then he's like, they're fighting, whatever. It's cool, and like he keeps trying to do the same moves he used in the captain, and something which just ain't working. He's just kind of different at this point.
He's like, I've seen you do that. I'm not fucking. I'm not letting you do that to me.
I'm not dumb, man. I'm not dumb. And then he gets the mages, and the mages start cooking. They're like throwing shit at the people. Then, Orc guy's like, watch me go big mode. I'm gonna become a huge guy. Like this, I'm gonna be huge now. And Sun Jinwoo's like, that was the dumbest shit you've ever done. You understand that, right? You know who I am? This is easy. He takes him out real quick after he goes big, and he's like, that was stupid. You should not have gone big, because that just made me really easy to hit you. Like, your shield's gone now, So he beats him, and then he's like, all right, guys, hey, team, we won, good job.
Before, like, at the same time, just to backtrack a little bit, the same time Sung Jin-woo asked for permission to do the boss, Cha Hae-in is outside of the gate and is like, I kind of really want to talk to that guy again that I met yesterday outside of that other gate. And the manager of, just to give him a name, of the mining guild or mining team is like, what are you doing, Shahe? They're already in there, like, doing stuff. Like, I'm surprised that you're here. You don't even have your armor on or anything. And she's like, oh, I just, can I go in there? And he's like, I have no authority. Do what you want. And he's like, do you want a weapon, though? And she's like, no, I'm good. And then she's, like, about to walk in, and he's like, that is an A-rank dungeon. Like, and she's like, yeah, you're right. And she, like, grabs the pickaxe from him. And then she goes in, and she's, like, walking through the dungeon while all of this chicanery is happening.
Oh, and also the guy. There's a guy outside the dungeon at the same time who's like, he was like trying to be a dick to Sun Jin-woo.
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah.
And he's like, he looked like he was gonna kill me.
I don't know if we said it, but like while Sung Jin-woo was on the mining team, he was like power mining. He was
the Efficiency 3 diamond obsidian.
Yeah.
Netherrack pickaxe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was cooking.
Yeah,
he was straight cooking. With looting 3 as well. They're like, this is the best miner there's ever been.
Yeah,
like don't let Sun Jin-woo near Drake. You know what I mean? Anyway.
Hey. Miner.
Probably
okay.
Sun Jin-woo's
anyway,
probably a miner.
We made the reference. Let's go.
Yeah, so we were past it now. Anyways, then she goes into the dungeon, and she's like walking through. She's like, "There's a lot of dead orcs." Dead orcs.
These are like high orcs too.
These are crazy. Like, this is something's not good's happening. So she starts running towards the boss room,
and she just sees Jin-woo mopping the floor.
Jin-woo already beat them. He beat them when she got there. Like when she or did he?
I think she saw him beating ass.
Oh, she saw him beat him.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, now that my job's done, time to collect my reward. I'm going to start bringing people back from the dead.
Yeah.
And he starts bringing all the orcs back. he brings back the king orc guy, and he's like,
I don't know.
your name's like
Your name
Cardalock.
was really hard to say.
Cardigan or something. I'm just gonna call you Tusk Man because you got big old tusks.
And
he's like,
Cargalork's like, okay,
yeah, bet.
Okay, yeah,
so,
let's go.
Cool. And yeah, and then they're like, the people saw him bring people back from the dead, and they're like, so what was that, dude? He's like, you can't say anything, please.
Yeah.
Like, please don't say anything to anybody. I don't want to talk about it.
And they all are like, okay.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You just saved our lives. Do whatever you want. And then Chai-In is like, hey. He's like, oh, what's up?
I didn't know you came in here.
I didn't even see you. He's like, oh, nothing. Like,
Are you really an E rank? Yeah. What are you doing with that pickaxe? Yeah.
And she's like,
are you on the mining team?
Nothing. And then like he leaves, and she's like, I look stupid with the pickaxe.
Damn, he got that Axe chocolate on.
Yeah. It's an Old Spice commercial. The entire time. She smells so good. And then after that, this is like crazy because I think this is only halfway through the story. So like after
I know. I'm looking. We're already at an hour and a half. I'm gonna ask you something when we get to the point, and we'll just go from there. So what happens after Tusk?
After Tusk is they leave. Is Beerus not next? Sorry.
No.
Is Beerus no?
Next. Okay. After Tusk, Jinwoo. Okay.
No. Yeah.
After Tusk,
here we go.
Jinwoo goes back to
the castle,
the demon castle, which, as I said earlier, has 100 floors. When he gets there, I'm going to say, I'm pretty sure I might be wrong. I don't remember if this is the total amount, but he has to collect 100,000 demon souls while he's clearing the floors of the castle as a side quest. And he gets to floor 50. Oh, okay. He gets to the demon castle and he realizes that orb he got doubles the strength of magic, and Tusk is a magic user, so he just gives it to Tusk. And he also has some other orc mages with him and a bunch of other knights. His army's like super big now. He gets to the 50th floor, and there's this big fat demon that has a name, but I don't remember. It's like the first boss, essentially, of this demon dungeon. And this big fat demon is really strong and like surprisingly super fast. And he puts up a pretty good fight against Jinwoo, but Jinwoo wins. And when he beats him, he gets, I think it's an amulet. It's like a demonic amulet, and it has like a set effect, which in the show, they did not give a fuck about this. But in the manwa, he gets these like 3 pieces of armor. It's like the necklace, the ring, and like a helmet or something. Anyway, he gets these 3 pieces that have like a set effect that's like plus 500% efficiency, like in all fields, like doubles strength, doubles health, whatever. Then he gets to he gets to the 75th floor. And there's another necromancer. I wish I remembered the names, but honestly, they kind of, like, the names don't really matter as much in solo leveling as they would in another anime, I feel like. Because I feel like solo leveling moves really fast. But it's good. It's like a good thing. It gives you, just to get off topic for a second, I feel like solo leveling is a good anime to show somebody to get into anime because, like, One Piece has 1,000 episodes, Dragon Ball has 300 episodes, Naruto has like 500 episodes. I'm just naming some top ones. They're fucking huge. Solo leveling, I feel like, is going to be done at like 60 episodes, 80 episodes, which sounds like a lot, but it shows you like qualities of anime that are really fun and why you want to watch anime, but in like a faster, more condensed way, just straight to the point on this shit. And that's kind of why the names don't matter as much. 75th floor. He fights another necromancer who has like a similar build to him in a way, but this necromancer is like really weak actually, but he does have the power of summoning armies. And while he's on the 75th floor trying to find this necromancer, The Necromancer army is really kind of draining his mana pretty quickly. And again, in the show, I feel like it goes a little fast. In the manwa, I feel like you have a better understanding, so I'd really recommend you read it. But watching it is insane because the animation is very good. It's animated very well as a show.
Is this 75th floor?
It might not be the 75th.
Is this when they're targeting things?
The groups?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he has his like whole army
This is on
split
floor
into like
90.
no. It's not floor 90. I know that for sure. Because yeah, he's fighting this necromancer and his army is like fighting his army and draining his mana, and then Jinwoo gets to the necromancer and beats him, and it's a pretty decent fight, but Jinwoo's like,
Oh, yeah.
nah, not really. Beats him, gets the second piece of the set bonus, and I think it's a ring, but I'm not positive. And then he moves up to the 90th floor, and I'm pretty sure it's the 90th floor where he meets the girl demon Essel.
Yeah, but he leaves and goes back at the 75th floor. That's what I remember. That's what I'm trying to remember when he did that.
He leaves?
Because he leaves after... He goes back to the dungeon. He leaves... when he's 74th, 5th floor, he leaves. He goes back after that. Then he gets to the 90th floor and he meets Essel.
Yeah,
But I'm
you're
trying
right.
to remember why he left the first time.
I know. Well, the first time he left for sure because of Cerberus. The second time, I do think you're right, but I don't remember what he does after.
He was... I think that's when... Because he gets Tusk between that then and then, whenever it was. No, because Tusk is like a whole thing where he's like, dude, I gave this orb to Tusk and he's freaking awesome with it. That's a great decision.
So he has Egress, Tusk, Tank,
Iron.
And
he doesn't fight.
I do think you're right. Like, he does leave for a minute. He
But I don't
leaves.
I remember when...
leaves a shadow with his sister.
Yeah, that's...
Is
No, it
this
wasn't that.
when? Well, he does leave a shadow with his sister, and I think this
Yeah.
is when he does. But like,
Also,
I don't.
that's
remember.
another really funny part of this. So when he goes to... The Shadow Thieves with Sisters are the 3 guards of Tusk, like original Tusk.
Yeah.
3 of the 4. And he's like, I thought there were 4 of you guys. And they're like, and one of the one of the shadows just points to the ceiling, and he's like, oh yeah, I did launch him into the ceiling of that place. So I guess I couldn't collect his soul. He's like, well, 3's fine.
Yeah, this will do. Anyway, I'm just gonna skip over this. Sorry. Like, he leaves and comes back, and some shit happens. He leaves a shadow with his sister. I think it's more shit with Park. Like, they talk, and he's like, yo, what up, man? We got like 3 dungeons left or whatever, but I'm not positive. I'm probably wrong about this. This might even be when he gets his S rank officially. Is it?
It might be. I think it's he gets an S rank, and then they're like scouting him to be a part of any of the guilds, and then he starts his own guild, and Park's like, Dad, I'm doing my own thing. And then that's when that I think that's all happens.
He joins Jinwoo's guild and kind of runs the like behind the scenes
I
social media for it.
I got it. So that all happens, right?
Yeah. He finds the name of his guild, which he names after his sister, but backwards. It's the Ajin Guild instead of the Gina.
Yeah.
His sister's name is Gina.
So then they make the new guild. Then after that, he's like, hey, Park, can you go drive me to this like... Can you just drive me to this subway real quick? I'll be back in 3 days. And then he's like, okay. And this is after he's an S rank already. He already has the people. He has his Tusk and Tank and everything like that. And that's when he goes back to the 75th floor. Park drops him off after they establish a new guild.
Back at the 75th floor. Jinwoo beats the Necromancer. And we went over everything after that. So then he goes back into the demon dungeon. And he like clears out all of the demons on this floor. And then he has like a sense behind him. Because when he clears the dungeon floor, he finds a piece of paper basically that lets him go to the next floor, which I don't know if we really said. Just one random demon has it. It's like an RNG thing, kind of. And he hasn't found it yet. He clears out basically all of them, and then he like senses behind him that there's like 4 or 5 high-ranking demons behind him. He takes out 4 of them pretty quickly, and then when he's about to finish the last one, I think they take their helmet off.
Oh, so this is Essel, right?
Yeah.
So this is the floor where they break into groups, and they're like, he's like, my fucking troops are dying, dude.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
targeting specific groups.
Yeah.
And he's like, so logically next would be Tank's group would be the next group to target. So I'm just gonna hang out with them and see what happens. And so then they take that group of demons takes on Tank, and then Sunjin was like, okay, y'all ain't. And then he takes out most of them, and then the last one is like is Essel, and she's like, she takes off her helmet, and or shit, like it breaks or something, like it comes off, and he's like, I'm gonna kill you, dude. And she's like, wait, no,
The Punisher.
She's like, I'll just show you where I know where it is. Like, I'll just give it to you. And she's like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's at my castle.
It's at my big old castle. And then like, she's like, and I know where all the other ones are for every floor after this. So he's like, so then they go back to the castle, and he meets her dad. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to take your daughter to the other floors with me. I'm just going to take her with me. And he's like, please don't do that. He's like, no, I wasn't asking. I was just saying, like, that's gonna happen. He's like, well, I'll have my guards kill you then. And she's like, I'm just going to go with him. I'm not like, I'm just going to go with him, man. He's like, oh, and he's like, still like yelling. And then he's like, he spawns his army behind him. And he's like, oh, yeah, you can take her to the next floors.
Yeah.
You want some meat? You want some steak, bro? You want some food? I got food for you if you want it. He's like, no, I'm cool. Let's chill, whatever. He's like, all right, cool.
Well, they
go
eat
next
together.
Floor.
They do eat.
Yeah, and
It
he's
is
like,
nice.
you know what? Oh yeah, he's like, you know what, guy? Actually, I'm gonna go take out every other.
I'm gonna keep
demon
it a
clan.
buck.
I'm gonna take out every other. I'm gonna go kill everyone else. Okay, and you'll be the last demon clan left. You'll be the leader of you'll rule the world. And he's like, okay, bet.
This whole
cool.
world of burning
Demons.
city. Yeah.
It's all yours, dude, forever. And he's
Yeah.
like, sick. So then they go to the next floor. He's like, I don't even remember the bosses for these floors. I think the next like 8 floors are like
he
3
takes
panels.
Jinwoo to the last floor, which is Baron.
Yeah.
But Baron is actually a clone of the real Baron. This Baron is not the real Baron, but he's still strong as fuck. Baron looks like the nameless king from Dark Souls 3. Super hard.
And he's flying on the dragon.
On a wyvern, yeah.
Which was freaking cool.
So Jinwoo is fighting Baron, and it's a really close fight. And Essel is her name?
Yeah.
Essel throws like a spear at Baron after she's been like trying to figure out who she wants to side with. So she ends up siding with Jinwoo, throws a spear at Baron as he's about to hit Jinwoo with the blast from his mouth. Definitely like a Sero from Bleach. But then Jinwoo hits him with the uppercut one time, blasts him, and wins. After Jinwoo beats Baron, he gets the last piece of his jewelry set. He gets all the ingredients to make the elixir of life, and he also gets the shadow exchange ability, which lets him swap places with any shadow, but it has like a 2-hour cooldown. After that, he's like talking to Essel, and she's like, so what kind of adventures are we gonna go on next? And then she like turns around, and Jinwoo has already shadow exchanged, I'm pretty sure, with the one that he left with his sister.
Yeah, one of the yes, yeah.
And then what happened?
And he's just like,
yeah, it's a really funny panel.
so yeah, that all happens. They after that is when this. It's not like right after. No, I'm way ahead of when it happens. Okay, so he gets. That's when he brings his mom back.
Yep.
Yeah, so he brings his mom back from the eternal slumber, and I thought that was the end of the whole story.
Yeah.
Um,
He brings his
That
mom
was
back
not-
from eternal slumber, which they say is later. They say it's actually mana sickness, which happens to
Yeah.
some people when they've been around for mana, or when they've been around mana for too long. They go into like basically a coma. She comes back and it just works.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
she's straight
it was
up
cool.
fine, which is really surprising. While that's
I was like-
happening, Gogun, the head of the Hunters Association, gets word that the ants on Jeju Island have evolved, and one of them has made it to the mainland and killed 2 people before it was defeated. This sets up the Jeju Island arc, which
This is when it really just is Hunter x Hunter for like
3
a couple
episodes.
chapters. Like,
Yeah.
3 episodes.
It's
so-
the Chimera Anarch, but faster.
Yeah, way faster and like cooler looking.
Yeah. I mean, the Chimera Anarch is awesome.
It's really good.
It's really great
really
in Hunter
good.
x Hunter. But
and
this
it's like
Chimera
one of the
Anarch
best. Yeah,
is
it's
just
really
wrapped
fast.
up really nice. Because I feel like the creator of Hunter x Hunter kind of didn't know what he was doing. Kind of.
Nah.
I feel like he
Well,
was straight
I want to go
winging
back
it.
to it. I'm like, oh, this is peak writing right here. Though every time I'm like, oh, he's really cooking.
Yeah.
The issue with Hunter x Hunter is that
I'm not saying
pacing
it's
in the
bad.
Chimera and arc pacing is just like
Yeah.
we're just throwing things at the wall and hoping it sticks at this
Here's
point, man.
50 new characters.
Yeah,
And you're getting
and,
an arc on
they're
each
important,
of them. Yeah.
and they're all important. And at the end of the day, like all you needed to know was that like Knuckle ability is taxes.
Taxes, motherfucker.
Nove is a bitch, to be honest. Nove gets scared real quick and his hair turns white and he stops being a hunter.
So
And Moral is Aura. He's the coolest guy in the world.
solo
Just
leveling
smokes.
has like 9 people. And
Yeah, and like 2 of them.
Gogun,
come
he
back.
approaches Jinwoo and is like, hey, we gotta solve this Jeju Island problem. Are you down or what? And Jinwoo's like, let me think about it. What the fuck is going on over there? And he's like, oh, you can see what's going on over there from here, huh? Yeah, we got like 9 cool people in there fighting. You want to go check it out? So then they go to the little training arena, and they have Japan's S-rank hunters there and all of Korea's S-rank hunters there, and they're just kind of sparring to get ready for this raid on the Jeju Island. They do like a game where they have to
Like a
touch
team
each other's
building
wrists.
exercise.
Yeah, like the first one to, or not first one to, but if you touch someone else's wrist on the other team, they're out. It's kind of like tag, but really fast. And then the top hunter from Japan is like, I want to do this with Jinwoo, and him and Jinwoo are sparring, and at one point Jinwoo catches his hand instead of his wrist just to kind of like flex on him that Jinwoo is strong as fuck, and this pisses this guy off, and he's like about to like straight up kill Jinwoo, but the whole time this is happening, Jinwoo is putting out a couple of shadows on people, and he's about to really hit Jinwoo hard, and then like 3 of the S-rank hunters jump in to stop it from going past that, and Jinwoo's like, oh, that guy's pretty good, but I wasn't even really paying attention. So then they start the raid on the Jeju Island. Jinwoo stays home to hang out with his mom now that she's better. And
Then everything hits the fan in
yeah,
Jeju
I'm
Island.
trying to think on how this order of events happens.
Because so they fight. Oh, before that, the what's his name? You said you talked about the S rank hunter from Japan, the big guy, main guy.
Yep.
So
They like really built him up.
they know, but it was like real. So he was supposed to be the next national hunter. Like that's how strong he was.
Yeah.
then he got a message from the chief of the Japanese Hunter Association, right? And he was like, "Our plan's working amazing, man. So here's what they're gonna have Korea lose all their hunters, and then you'll just clear them out, and we'll be done. And then like we'll just so Korea will have no S rank hunters left. We'll have
what we're gonna
like,
do is hang outside of the nest and just distract the ants while Korea goes in and kills the queen."
Yeah, and so then Korea's in there killing the queen. They murked the queen, rocked her shit. Nothing. And then
and these ants are all S rank monsters. Each individual ant, and there's like 5 billion of them.
Yeah, and then my goat comes in. My beautiful, sweet, glorious king Biru shows up, and he's like, "Who's the king? Who's the king of these people?"
Yeah,
And
he fucks up all of Korea. He smacks the fuck out of Cha-hae-in so hard she like smacks the wall, and it's just a little crumpled mess on the floor.
Yeah,
He
and
cuts off the arm of the guy who can get big. He fucks up everybody. Oh, he kills the healer straight up. And this healer they've been talking about for the whole show, basically, that when they originally did this raid before, him and the captain of the other guild, the white hair lion guy, were like the only two survivors. And
he stopped being a hunter because of that.
Yeah.
And he was like, there's a whole thing. He's like, to be a hunter, do you have to naturally be like violent, like by nature?
Yeah.
And it's a whole that's a good panel. Good little dialogue moment to show the kind of, what's it called, ideology they follow, what they feel. And so they strip kill the healer. Healer gets rocked by Biru. Biru just rocks him.
And this is an S rank healer too.
Yeah, so he's like super strong. He's buffing everybody. He's healing everybody. They basically were like, if he wasn't there, everyone would already be dead by now, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then he was literally like, my favorite part of that arc with him in particular is he's like, the ants come and they like, so like the ants come to attack him, and he's like, you think I'm an S rank just for show? And just like takes out like 10 of them. He's like, I'm an A rank attack type. Like I'm not weak.
Yeah.
Because it was like that was the cameraman was like,
the cameraman was an A rank hunter.
Yeah,
too.
The cameraman was an A rank hunter. He's like, I'll stop him, and he's like, dude, get behind me. You're not doing nothing to them. Like,
they're broadcasting this to all of Korea with a 10-minute delay in case anything goes wrong, and then when Biru shows up, they stop the broadcast.
Yeah, because he just starts rocking people's shit left and right.
So after everyone gets fucked up, then Jinwoo Shadow Exchange is there and starts playing Fetty Wap on the JBL.
But yeah, and before that happens, the Biru leaves the Koreans because he's like, I'll be back.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to find the king.
I'm looking for the king, the main guy, and the S rank Japanese hunter. I can't think. What was the name? The main. Anyway, he was like, he's like, are you the king? And he's like, oh, I'm the king, buddy.
I'm the king, baby.
And it's crazy. Well, it's like that Biru takes out 2 of the Japanese S rank hunters, like they just no death, like nothing, right? Then when he meets the guy who might be a national level hunter, the way in which they do like that, and like in the panel, I haven't watched it yet, so I haven't watched that scene yet. But the panel for it is nuts. He lands, and it's like they block his attack, or you think that he blocked his attack, and you just see him holding the girl's head. Yeah. The hell's behind him, and I was like, did he just take that girl's head? And I went back and looked at the panel, and I was like, when did that happen? Yeah. And literally, it's just like the claw mark. All you see is a claw mark, and it's just over her because he like deflected it. Yeah. So the Japanese hunter, like the main guy, deflected his attack onto the girl behind him.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
I was like,
that's fucked.
Oh, he's an asshole. Yeah. So then he's like, are you the king? And he's like, yeah, I'm the king. And then the next panel, the next thing that happens is like Biru's back with the Koreans. He's like, that guy out there is not the king, buddy.
Yeah.
Who's the real king? and then Jinwoo shows up and he's like,
yeah, baby.
This is fine. Wonder when she'll be mine.
17.
And they fight. They fight, and Biru gets his ass beat.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's pretty one-sided. That's one of those. That's like one of the first times that Jinwoo's just like actually just way stronger.
Biru's
than a
like,
super
I'm
strong
literally
person.
so embarrared right now.
And he's like, no, he was like, dude,
I was bored 5 minutes ago. I'm literally
I'm
never been
I'm
more
a
embarrassed in
baby.
my life.
He's like, what are you talking? He's like, this guy's faster than me and stronger than me, but he can't be whatever. It was like they were going. He was like a list of things. Biru was like at first, he's like, he's not faster than I am, and then Jinwoo was just faster, and he's like, well, he's definitely if he's faster than me, then he must not be stronger than me. And then Jinwoo was just stronger. He's like, dude,
What am I?
what
What was I born for?
I was born to be the king, and I can't even beat this guy. Like, this is ridiculous. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, are you just trying to you're just really embarrassing me right now? I don't like this.
I'm literally so embarrassed right
I'm
now.
literally so embarrassed right now. I really don't like this at all.
I'm gonna go now.
And then he beats him, and he's like, "Hey man, do you want to serve the king?" And he's like, "Hell yeah, I do. Hell yeah, I'm freaking." And then he's like,
Yeah.
"Your name is Biru now because I read it in a book one time.
Yeah.
You're not just Ant from
And
book."
Biru is like hilarious from here on.
He's my favorite character.
Every time he shows up as a shadow, he's like doing some goofy shit. But he's like this. He's very strong. Like we just kind of talked about him like a bitch,
yeah.
but he's stronger than Igris.
Yeah, he's
strong.
the strongest. He's the strongest person in Jinwoo's army.
Yeah.
Even after everything else that happens the rest of the series, like when it comes to every soul that Jinwoo collected, Biru is the strongest by far.
So then everyone's fucked up. The healer's dead. Jinwoo goes back and gives everybody a healing potion, and they all are fine. And then Cha Hae-in has too low of health for a healing potion to work. So then Jinwoo tries an elixir of life, and the elixir of life doesn't work.
I thought he didn't even try it. I don't remember.
He tried it,
but
and it said this status effect has no
Can't be
connection.
negated.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah.
Sorry,
so
buddy.
Then,
and he only has like 6 of them.
Yeah, he's like, so I'm gonna do something really quick, guys.
Turn the camera off.
Turn that camera off. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. And then he goes and gets
the healer.
the soul of the healer, and he heals
Cha Hae-in.
And he's like, hey, let him know that his powers are fucked like that, like they're really messed up.
Yeah.
And what's his name? The White Tiger guy was like, please, do not keep him as a soldier. Like, he doesn't want to fight forever. And he's like, honestly, dude, I'll do whatever I want. And this is what's fucked up. He's like, I'll do whatever I want. I don't care. But the thing about this guy, this healer, is that he is genuinely such a good person that when I brought him back to life, I didn't have to tell him what to do. He just went and healed. So because of that, I don't want to keep him in my thing. But Biru ate him. So Biru can heal people pretty well.
Oh, really? I actually didn't know that.
Biru heals like so many people.
I guess I just like forgot. There's so many things that happen.
Biru is like an S level healer.
That's so
amongst
funny.
other things.
So,
because
go on.
So Biru, I don't think he ate him. Biru ate a. If he didn't eat him, he ate a different healer. But Biru can heal people really well. He's like a really strong healer.
That's really funny. I really did not know that.
There's a
or just forgot.
Scene way later where they're like, someone gets hurt, and then he's like, the guy freaks out. He's like, "Oh my god, there's a monster!" And Biru's like just healing him. He's like, "Am I getting healed by an ant right now?"
Yeah, that's awesome.
So Biru can heal people. Biru has like every ability in the world.
Yeah,
and like keeps getting them because he is a chimera. Like he's a chimera ant. Like that's what he is. If he eats something, he gains that ability.
It is straight up Hunter.
Even
it is straight up
as
Miriam.
a shadow.
Yeah.
So yada yada yada. They beat Biru, bring back Chai, and then she's like, Cheyenne, and then she's like, after this, she's like, I want to join your guild, and he's like, no. He's like, no, I want to join your guild, and she's like, okay, well, if you can beat my strongest soldier, you can join my guild.
Is it
And
Egress?
then he puts out Egress, and Egress, and she beats Egress because it was like a sword fight.
Yeah.
And she's like, I know that's not your strongest. I want to see him again. And it was Biru, and he's like, hey man, do not kill her, cause I will like just sever the connection. And I will just like be gone forever if you hurt her. Like you can fight her, but don't do anything.
Yeah.
And then Biru's like instincts to kill were so strong that like they took over.
I think she like cut him good or something.
Yeah, like she got him, and he hit her, I think, or something. Like something happened.
He's like,
and he's like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And then I think that was the Go-Gun or the Go the chairman cut the cameras off in the training center because of this too. And the only reason that like Jinwoo did this is because he wanted to see if he could teleport more than one person.
Yeah.
Like,
and
he didn't care.
They go to the training room and Go-Gun, he's like, who the fuck is just going into my shit? Okay.
He's like,
I'm just turn the cameras off. It's fine. Is there anything you want to add to just kind of wrap this up?
Read it. I think you should just read it. Not gonna lie, it's so funny. Like the things that happen are actually like I think one of the best parts of that entire story. I will say I think a lot of the humor is like lost on the anime. I feel like they don't jump into it as much, but it is a really funny manhwa. It's really funny.
It is a really original thing. I've never seen them utilize the medium of not being on paper so well. It's really cool to see how they draw it. It's all in color.
Yeah, and they look pretty similar to their characters in the anime.
Yeah.
I think I really hope that with Biru being added to the anime, like actually being introduced, that it'll be a lot funnier now. Yeah. Which is honestly like an insane thing based on like just witnessing what he did to all the S-rank hunters. Like he's an evil being.
Yeah.
Before he's a shadow, but he's the first shadow that can really speak. So.
Yeah,
he's so funny,
and he so just like loves Jinwoo.
Yeah, I think the epilogue episode, like the chapters, are also worth reading if you do catch up, because a lot of it is just backstory stuff or like extra perspectives. There's one of my favorite scenes in the epilogue is so not gonna say what or who, but basically where the shadows live when they're not out in the real world is like this whole domain that Jinwoo created, and this is like after everything that happens in the main story.
He like Tusk makes another system.
Yeah. No, that's not even this. This is not even this. This is just like.
Oh, okay.
So Jinwoo like in that different realm where all the shadows live. Tusk is like in this castle, and I forgot who it. I think Egress comes in. He's like, Tusk, I got a gift for you. He's like, oh no, it was Biru. Biru shows up. He's like, Tusk, I have a gift for you. He's like, what? He's like, it's your birthday. Like, I got you something for your birthday. He's like, no way. And then he's like, what is it? And he's like, I got you. I made you this robe, so it looks just like the robe that that Jinwoo wore. In this, like, went back in the day. Yeah. He's like, oh, I love it. This is awesome. It's my favorite thing.
All his people love Jinwoo. It's so funny.
And he's like, this is the coolest thing in the world. And he's like, and I made you the staff for your orb. And he's like, oh my god, guys, this is the best birthday of my life.
It's so cute.
Yeah. I think that's what I mean. It's like that's the humor is lost because like those moments don't happen in the anime as much. But I really hope they start just letting the silliness fly, because it is so funny.
I said it before, I think this would be a great anime to show somebody for one of their firsts. I would put this, I'd put Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I'd put Death Note on like a top 3 first anime recommendations.
Yeah, I don't
And-
do Full Metal only because it's really good. Like it's really good, and it's one of those things. I'm like, watch something that's not as good as Full Metal,
Yeah,
and then watch Full Metal like second.
but
Just
it's
because, like,
it's only like 60 episodes, which
yeah,
is
it's
nice.
short.
Yeah.
It's really short, but like it's like
Oh,
one of those
Cowboy
things-
Bebop also. We'll put that in
yeah.
there.
But it's like one of those things with Cowboy Bebop. I feel the same way. Where I'm like, Cowboy Bebop has like a lot of things that aren't in other animes because it's like just really good. Like it's just like they don't have to deal with a lot of tropes because the story's like just so super sound.
Yeah.
Like the way like when we're talking about the characters in Solo Leveling, we're like we don't remember their names.
Yeah.
Like with both Cowboy Bebop and
Death
Full
Note
Metal, like
and Full Metal.
like Death Note less so even because I think that after Light L,
Well,
Misa Misa and
yeah.
Ryuk,
Yeah.
I don't remember a lot of names from
Oh, that's fair.
the
That's true.
MNN. But like with Full Metal, I'm like
The
Colonel
only
Hughes.
other name
my
I
dog.
remember in Death Note is Lindell Taylor, but
Yeah. R.I.P. my go.
yeah. So yeah, I think that is gonna wrap up our episode on Solo Leveling. Expect a part 2 in the future when you, the listener, are caught up. Just to do some end of episode housekeeping again, we are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Podbean, Apple Music /Audible. I think they're the same. iHeartRadio, Player FM, Listen Notes, Podchaser, and Boomplay. We are also on TikTok and Instagram. Tell your grandma about us. We love you. Thank you for listening to Astral FM. Bye.